Hello everyone! Today we're going to be making these awesome clay clocks inspired by Salvador Dali. To begin, you'll have a slab of clay, you'll choose a clock template, and you're going to lay the template kind of towards the side so you'll have some extra scraps of clay left over. Use a tool to trace and cut out the clay clock. I'm going to set that slab of clay aside because I will need some more clay in a little bit. Notice after I've cut it, the edges look a little rough. Anything that's rough will be sharp when it comes out of the kiln. So use water to smooth things over so that way everything is soft. Your next step is going to be to get a bunch of clay that you're going to roll out. So leave yourself a big space. Notice my hands are rolling up and down. But as they're going up and down, they're also kind of spreading outwards. And so we need a coil of clay that's long enough that can go around the exterior of the clock. This is going to be kind of like the frame or the border of our clocks. And so once you get a piece that's going to be long enough, we have to do something called slip and score. This is what we need to do in order for this part to stay on. So we're going to rough up and scratch the edge of the clock using a tool. And then we're going to do the same to that coil, just roughing up a piece all the way down the center of it. And at your table, there should be some really watery clay called slip. You're going to use that slip along that gap. And this basically is going to help glue that clay together. Without this step, your coil will fall off after the clay is dried. So it's really important. The last step of these processes is smooth. You want to smooth it so you can't see the line anymore. You're joining those two pieces of clay so that they look just like one piece, like it was always there. Flip it over and make sure you join the clay on the back as well. Anytime you rough up the clay, you want to use water to help smooth things down. I decided I did want to see a little bit of an indent, just kind of like a detail. So I'm kind of pressing in a line that's going around the outside of the frame. Now think about your watch hands, your clock hands. I'm going to decide which way is up for my clock, and I decide I want the larger piece towards the top and the skinnier piece drooping towards the bottom. And rolling out some coils, you're going to make a longer hand and a shorter hand. And at the end of my clock hands, I'm going to add these triangle shapes. Anytime you are attaching clay, you have to use that slip, score, and smooth process. So you can see I've attached the hands. I'm going to make a little bit of a ball to go at the top where the hands go. I'm just kind of rounding out and pressing this little button of clay. And then once you decide where they're going to go, you do have to then slip, score, and smooth those on, making sure that I smooth the area around it. The last step is going to be to scratch in or press in the spot for the numbers to go. So you could do dots. I'm going to do dashes. You could even write with a needle tool the numbers 12 through 11. On the back side, make sure you are writing your name in there, and then you're going to bring it over to a teacher so that we can help you decide which way your clock is going to be like drooping.